Kaiju Bros here, and today I'm going to be doing another toy review. Today's review is going to be on the 2004 Hedorah. Now, this version of Hedorah comes to start with his history. This version of Hedorah comes from the 2004 film Godzilla Final Wars, in which he actually serves a little minor role, which means he doesn't really get that much screen time in the movie. But so what happens is he starts off in Tokyo Bay, and in which he's seen alongside Hedorah, and they're fighting Godzilla, and then Godzilla shoots them both out of the water. And Hedorah accidentally stabs Hedorah in the eye, with his claw, and then Godzilla just comes out and incinerates the both of them. That's pretty much the history behind in this version of Hedorah. And so, with that out of the way, let's move on to detail. Now, detail on this figure looks absolutely fantastic. I'm not really sure what these things are supposed to be. I guess they're supposed to be like tubes for him to breathe out of. Not really sure. And there's one up here too. I like it how his eyes are both two different shapes. Like this one's a circle and this one looks like I don't know what that is. I don't know what kind of shape that is. Look at his big feet. Hey, that's pretty funny. L, R. Just so you don't get them confused. His arms look pretty good too. This one and this thing, this big finger on him looks kind of like a penis. A really big penis. I like it. It's funny. Oh, his tail looks good too. And it's nice and long, and it's pretty good. His paint job looks pretty good too. Though it is missing in a few places, because that's pretty much how Bandai's been these past few years. That's okay. Now, onto articulation. Seeing as you probably already saw, he only has 2 points. His arms. They can't really go 360 because of how his body's angled, but that's okay. Unfortunately, his head's on a glue seal because, well, I don't know. His tail is too, and so are his feet. Well, anyways. Oh, and as for comparison for design, here's the original Hedorah. Now, as you can see, they're two very different designs. I'm not really sure if you can tell, but as you can see already, the egg sac on his back is missing. I don't know why, but it's just not there. Oh, and also, this one doesn't have the dick whip. But, yeah, that's what I'm going to be calling this thing from now on. The dick whip. The dick whip. Oh, and his eyes are both the same. His eyes are the same shape, but his aren't. Oh, and he's modeled in black vinyl, and he's in gray. Oh, and he has pupils, but he doesn't. But, what can you do? It's fine. And now on to size comparisons. Seeing how I have this figure out a lot, here is Godzilla. can I say? Well, depending on how you see it, this Hedorah once again, well, he's not entirely short. Yeah, he's a little bit short. I mean, he should be about like that big. But what can you do? It's not really that big of a deal. It is kind of disappointing. I mean, he's not entirely short, but what can you do? And seeing how I pulled this figure out earlier, here is Hedorah. I'm guessing this works. I mean, if you saw the scene where Hedorah stabs Hedorah in the eye, you'll know that they're pretty much this size together. So yeah, I'd say that this works. And finally, rarity. This figure isn't really that rare because it was actually released a couple months, some months ago this year, and that's actually pretty good. So it's not really that entirely rare. Now, let's go over everything again. History. He only gets a minor appearance. Detail's good. Paint job could have been a bit better, but no big deal. Size comparisons are okay. But that's okay. It's pretty good. And rarity, if you find them, pick them up, of course. So I give this figure an 8 out of 10. And so that's it. I hope you enjoy this review.